Good afternoon, students. This is the fourth class of Instantaneous Center. Some of the question papers have been solved here. See, there are some questions which are very simple, like find the instantaneous centers of the various mechanisms is given. Okay, see this question number 4, that is problem 4. It's given in June-July 2011. Simple 4-bar mechanism. Two types of 4-bar mechanism is given, wherein you are just supposed to find out all the instantaneous centers. Everybody knows that in a 4-bar mechanism, the number of instantaneous centers are 6. So, initially you have to draw this figure approximately, because dimensions are not given in the problem. You have to draw the figures to some proportionate scale so that it appears like that problem which is given in the question paper. See, 1 is a fixed link, and link number 2 is the crank, link 3 is the coupler, and link 4 is the output link. So, similar to the question paper, we have drawn the figure, and after drawing the figure, we are extending it so that following the Kennedy's theorem, we can get all the instantaneous centers. I12 and I14, they are always known to you, that is fixed instantaneous centers. Next, what about this I23 and I34? These are pin joints, therefore they are called as permanent instantaneous centers. Only I13 and I24 is pending right now in this problem. So refer to the circle diagram. In the circle diagram, always 3 instantaneous centers will be in one line. So refer to that 5th instantaneous center. Which is that 5th instantaneous center in my figure? 2, 4. So for 2, 4, there are 2 triangles. 1, 2, 4 is one triangle. 2, 3, 4 is one triangle, having the common line 2, 4. That means you have to join I12 and I14. On that line you will get 2, 4. What about the second triangle? Join I23 and I34. Again you will get 2, 4. That means extend the line joining I12 and I14 to the left side. And I23 and I34, you extend it downwards. Then the meeting point is I24. Instantaneous center of link 2 with respect to 4. Okay, these are all not permanent nor fixed instantaneous centers. Now see that instantaneous center number 6, that is I13. For I13 we have 2 triangles. 1, 4, 3 is one triangle. 1, 2, 3 is one more triangle. So once you get this these 2 triangles, join 1, 2 and 2, 3, you are going to get 1, 3. One more triangle, it says join 1, 4 and 3, 4. Again you will get 1, 3. So 1, 4 and 3, 4 is extended. 1, 2 and 2, 3 is also extended. So as to get I13. What is this I13? Instantaneous center of link 3 with respect to link 1. That is very important instantaneous center. When you need to find omega 3, you need this I13. Come to the next figure. In the next figure, very deliberately has given a crossed link. I14 and I12, he has already given the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 in the question paper. So we cannot change the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4 should be as it is given in the question paper. So 1 and 2 are on the right side. Usually it will be on the left side. Now it is on the right side. So link 2 is the crank. So I12, I14 fixed instantaneous centers are already marked. Now see this I23 and I34. They are permanent instantaneous centers. That is also readily available. Only now I13 and I24 are pending. So go back to the same circle diagram. I12 and I23. If you join, you will get I13. That is a triangle. So I12 is on the right side. I23 is on the top. Extend it, you will get I13. But I13 has not come by single line. We go to the one more triangle. I14 and I34 should be extended. I14 is on the left, I34 is at the bottom. Extend it backwards, you will get I13. That is instantaneous center of link 3 with respect to 1. Now go to this second instantaneous center, that is I24. For I24 again you attack 2, 3 and 3, 4. 2, 3 is on the top, that is I23, that is permanent instantaneous center. And what about 3, 4? It is already joined. I23 and I34 should be joined. We already joined it. Now come to the next triangle. I12 and I14 should be joined and extended if required. I12 and I14 are joined. They are already crossing at that point called I24. So I24 is readily available without any extension of the lines because that link is crossing the horizontal fixed link. Is it okay? Now let us go to the next slide. In the next slide, we have the next problem. This problem is given in 2 to 3 question papers. Toggle mechanism. So it's very important question paper. In the toggle mechanism, we can very clearly see it is a 6-bar mechanism. 6 links are there in the mechanism. So as per the given problem, you have to draw the figure to the scale. I have taken scale 1:10. Suppose the length of the link is 25 mm, you will be drawing only 2.5 mm. That is the scale 1:10. So in the space diagram, you have to start drawing the figure from point O1. O1 is a fixed point. Okay, and at point O1, you draw a 45 degrees line and measure that length O1A. You will get O1A, 45 degrees and O1A. Next, you have to come down and locate point C also. How to locate the point C? Vertically, you have to come down by the dimension given in the problem, and next, horizontally, you have to go through a distance of some 110 or something is given in the question paper. So, based on the question paper, you have to go for this point C. So, point O1 and point C are fixed instantaneous centers. I14 and I12 are fixed instantaneous centers. After getting C point, with the help of compass, you have to get the B point. That means CB as radius 1 arc, AB as radius 1 more arc. You will get B point. After getting B, draw a horizontal line through C. And with B as center, BD as radius, you draw an arc, you will get D point. So this is the way to draw the space diagram. Space diagram is always drawn to the scale. Is it okay? And now come to the circle diagram. In the circle diagram, I have marked 6 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It represents the number of links. So any diameter of circle you can draw. On that you mark 1, 2, 3, 4. And whichever lines I have drawn dark, those instantaneous centers are already available in the figure. Even you need not extend any line. Before you start the problem itself, these instantaneous centers are ready. So as per the figure, you can see in the circle diagram, 8 instantaneous centers are already available. That means out of 15 instantaneous centers, 8 are available. You need to find out only 7 more instantaneous centers. Now see that 1, 2 is available. 2, 3 is at A point. 3, 4, 4, 5, 3, 5. All the 3 instantaneous are at B point. Now 1, 4 is at C point. Then what about this 3, 5? 3, 5 is already at B point. So that's why 3, 5 is also drawn with a dark line in the circle diagram. 1, 2 and 1, 6 is the instantaneous center of link 6 with respect to 1. Because it is slider, 1 6 is at infinity. So parallel to this line drawn through D, can you see this vertical line drawn through D? D is sliding horizontally, so instantaneous center I16 is at infinity. Parallel to this line, you can draw I16 anywhere you want, because the distance is at infinity. You measure from any point parallel to this line, you will get the same distance. That is indirectly like this. You are measuring the distance of the moon from the college. Next, you go to your house. From there, you measure the distance of the moon. The distance will be almost same because it is very far. When the distance is very far, you need not worry about from where you are measuring. Vertically up, you are measuring. Even through O1 point, I have drawn a vertical line. Through 1,4 also, I14 also I have drawn a vertical line. Then through I13 also I have drawn a vertical line. Can you see the 3 lines, 4 lines drawn parallel to I16, which is drawn in the initial stage? Okay. Now come to the circle diagram. The circle diagram, very clearly I have written instantaneous center number 9. Number 9 means I am talking about instantaneous center 2 4. So when you want to get 2 4, very clearly you have to take 2 triangles. That means I have taken 2 3 4 one triangle, 1 2 4 one more triangle. 2 3 4 and 1 2 4. They are having the common side 2 4. That is I have written as instantaneous center number 9. So 2 4 you will get by joining 2 lines. So come here. 2 3 is at A point. Okay. Then 3 4 is at B point. Extend the line. You can go down or up, but indirectly it is very clear we are going to go on the top. Okay. Now what about one more triangle? 1 2 1 4 I told. So 1 2 is at O1 point. 1 4 is at C point. So join these 2 points and extend it. These 2 lines are meeting at I24. So this I24 is instantaneous center of link 2 with respect to 4. So once you get I24, similarly you can start getting all the instantaneous centers. See, next I have written I13. That is instantaneous center number 10, I13. When you draw the line I13, 2 triangles should be readily available. Then only it is possible to find the instantaneous center. For example, to get 1 3, I am taking the help of 2 triangles. I1 2 3 triangle and one more triangle is I1 4 3 triangle. So like this you will get 1 3. See, in this case, extending the line 1 4 and 3 4, I have got 1 3 at the bottom. So after getting 1 3, you can go for next instantaneous center. Any instantaneous center, as long as you are able to get a common side for the 2 triangles, you will get the instantaneous center. The next instantaneous I have considered as 1 5. After that, 2 5, 2 6, and then 4 6. Last one is 3 6. So by using 2 triangles having the common side, you can find out the instantaneous centers using Kennedy's theorem. As per Kennedy's theorem, at any instant, 3 instantaneous centers will be in one line. So for example, when you take point D, I56 is at D, I16 at infinity. On the way, you are also having I15. That means 3 instantaneous centers will be always on one line at any instant based on the position of the crank O1A. Any time 3 instantaneous centers will be available. So this was a problem given in the question paper. Then one more question paper, what he has done, he has asked, he has asked in the question paper, omega 2 is given, find the velocity of slider, he has told. Slider means link 6. At D point, you have the slider. So he is asking in that question paper, find the velocity of slider. So omega is given directly. Sometimes n will be given. 2 pi n by 60 will be the formula for getting omega. So omega is given, and after that I have written the formula for V6. Can you see the formula directly written? V6 is equal to omega 2 into I12 I26 into scale, because we have drawn the space diagram to scale 1:10, so the scale 10 should also be taken. See how to write this formula? Because you need V6 and we are taking the help of link 2. Can you see this omega 2? Because we are taking the help of link 2, I12 should be in the middle. Then I26, 2 will get cancelled in the middle, and you are talking of link 6 with respect to link 1. So this is the way to write the formula. For example, in case omega 2 is not there, omega 5 is there available with you. How to write the formula for V6? V6 is equal to omega 5 into I15 I56. You should write like that. So in the middle, 5 should be there. Because omega 2 is available, we have written 2 in the middle. Suppose omega 5 is available, I15 I256 you must write. See, this is the way to write shortcut formula. So once you write the shortcut formula like this, easily you can get velocity of any link right from the link 2 itself directly. And after measuring from the figure, I12 I26 is coming 12 mm. The 12 mm I have put and multiplied with scale, I have got the answer in mm per second. So sometimes the answer will slightly vary. Instead of 12 mm, somebody may get 11 mm or 13 mm. So the answer will slightly vary. But the units are mm per second. Okay. Now let us go to the next problem. In the next problem, see, yes, given a 6-bar mechanism. It is called wrapping machine. All these cardboard boxes and all, they have some automatic machines. So that is called wrapping machine. So the wrapping machine is a 6-bar mechanism. There is also one more mechanism, sewing machine, that is having 7-bar mechanism. So the number of instantaneous centers will be very high. Here it is 6 links. So can you see the figure? It is given in the question paper. He has told the dimensions are O1P is 80 mm, PR is 650 mm, QR is 200 mm. Can you see that? O3R is 180 mm. So how to draw this figure to the scale? Some scale we have to take. 80 means 8 centimeter. So we cannot draw such a big figure. And 650 mm is PR. That means 65 centimeter. So invariably we will take the scale 1:10 in case it is possible. But because all these numbers are divisible by 5, you can take 1:5. 1:5 means the space diagram you will get little slightly bigger figure and the accuracy answer will be more. So I have taken scale 1:5 in my calculation. So O1P you have to start first because that is link number 2. Can you see that PR? PR is link number 3. You should not take PQ. PR is link number 3. And what about this O3R? That is link number 4. Always you must first attack 4-bar mechanism. After that you have to write link number 5. QS is link number 5. And this bell crank lever, can you see this 90 degrees bell crank lever? Yes, O2T. That is bell crank lever. That is link number 6. So O1P is link 2, PR is link 3, RO3 is link 4 and QS is link 5. Yes, O2T is link number 6. So it's a 6-bar mechanism. Is it okay? So drawing the space diagram is also, you should draw carefully. After starting from O1, you have drawn a 45 degrees line, you got OP, O1P. Then you should come down by 180 mm. That means 180 divided by 5. If you do, you will get around 36 mm. 36 mm you come down, draw a horizontal line, and on that you measure 280 plus 375 divided by 5. Because we are taking scale 1:5, add these two numbers 280 and 375 and then divide by 5. You will get the distance from O1P to O3. After locating O3, you have to search for R point by using two compass. PR is one compass, O3R is one more compass. See here, O3R is given as 180 mm and PR is given as 650 mm. That means 650 divided by 5, that will be around 130 mm. Okay, 130 mm will be the compass. 130 mm means 13 centimeter. Next, what about this O3R? 180 mm. 180 means 36 mm will be the compass. Draw on two arcs, then you will get R point. After getting R, you come to Q, and from Q, you try to search for S. How to search for S? QR is 125 mm and QS is 125 mm, O2S is 175 mm. So O2 is also readily available on this horizontal line at the bottom. From there you do two arcs, you will get S point. After getting S point, join S to O2. Perpendicular to that you have to draw to get the T point. O to S is already joined and perpendicular to this SO2 you should draw. That is why it is called 90 degrees bell crank lever. Is it okay? So space diagram also will have some marks because you cannot draw approximately. It has to be drawn to the scale. Now let us go to the solution. In the solution we have, see this the solution is not coming from me. Okay, see the solution. I have drawn the figure to the scale 1:5. So this is exactly drawn to the scale. It is not approximate. So when you have the figure like this, O1P is link number 2. Can you see that big link PR? That is link number 3. RO3 is link number 4. And link number 5 is QS. And what about SO2T? That is link number 6. This figure is drawn to the scale. And when you go to find the instantaneous centers, whether you want to find in all the instantaneous centers or some calculations, it is better to know how to find all the instantaneous centers by using Kennedy's theorem. See here, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5 is not ready. 4, 5 is not available readily. So that's why I have drawn 4, 5 dotted line. 5, 6 is available. 5, 6 is at S point. Can you see that S point? There 5, 6 is available. And 1, 6 is at O2 point. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 6, 1, 4 is also available. Where is 1, 4? That is at O3 point. 1, 4 is available. So 6, 7. 7 instantaneous centers are readily available. Previous problem it was 8. In this problem only 7 instantaneous centers are readily available before any Kennedy's theorem is used. Now I have just started with instantaneous center number 8, that is 2, 4. Can you see that figure, the circle diagram 2, 4? 2, 4. So 2, 4 is having two triangles. 1, 2, 4 is one triangle. 2, 3, 4 is one more triangle. The common side should be 2, 4. It need not be in the middle of the triangle. It can be anywhere, but it should have a common side 2, 4. So once you have common side 2, 4, you can tell join 1, 2 and 1, 4. You will get 2, 4. One more triangle says join 2, 3 and 3, 4. Again you will get 2, 4. So again go here to get 2, 4. What did you do? Join 1, 2, 1, 4 I told you. 1, 2 is at O1 point. 1, 4 is at O3 point. So I have drawn a dotted line from O1, I12 to I14. Is it okay? Next, one more triangle we have to use. 2, 3, 3, 4 I told. 2, 3 is at P point. 3, 4 is at R point. So that line is crossing like this. So this dotted line from I12 to I14 and PR, they both are crossing at I24. Can you see that I24 point? That is, right side is I25. Little slightly on the left is I24. So this is the way to get instantaneous centers. So once you get instantaneous centers one after the other, calculation is very easy because you have started with O1P. What is O1P? O1P is crank. So when I have crank, velocity of P is omega into R. That is the formula. Omega of link 2 is given in the problem. In the question paper, that data is missing. O1P, angular velocity, omega 2 is missing in the question paper. So it is given as 50 radian per second. Okay. Once you get that omega 2 into the length O1P, you will get velocity of P point. So it is 4 meters per second. And after getting P, you want to go to Q. See, when you want to get the velocity of Q point, that is asked in some other question paper. Find all the instantaneous center is one question paper. In one more question paper, the same problem is given. Then these questions are asked. Find the velocity of Q, find the velocity of S, find the velocity of T, like that it is given. So velocity of Q, how to find that? Q and P, they both are lying on link 3. See that, once again you see the space diagram. Q and, is it not? Are lying in the Q and P are lying on the link 3. So when you have link 3, common points Q and P, the formula can be written like this. Vs divided by Vq divided by I13Q is equal to Vp divided by I13P. Always you should take with reference to link 1. See, I have written in the denominator. Omega is equal to V by R. So I13Q distance, I13P distance I have written. So all the three are known, only VQ is not known. Cross multiply this I13Q, you will get VQ. So after measuring from the figure, you got the dimensions 118 mm and 140 mm. So again you need not multiply by scale because the ratio is already scale on the numerator is I13Q multiplied by 5. I13P is also multiplied by 5. So that 5 is cancelled automatically. So you need not write again 118 into 5, 141 into 5, you need not write. It is cancelled. So the velocity of Q point is ready. After Q, we are slowly moving to the bottom. That is, velocity of S is asked. In the velocity of S, when you want, see, S and Q are lying on link 5. That is the advantage for us. So when you have 2 points on the same link, the formula writing is very easy. Vs upon I15S. Why did you write I15? Because we are talking of link 5. I15S is equal to VQ upon I15Q. Earlier we have found out VQ. So easily we can find out now Vs. Cross multiply this and measure the dimensions I15S and I15Q from the figure. You get the velocity of S point. After getting the velocity of S point, in case velocity of T point is asked, see, next page. S and T, I am telling, it is lying on link 6. S is on the right side of the bell crank lever. T is on the left side of the bell crank lever. That 90 degrees bell crank lever is already drawn to the scale. So formula writing is important. See here, because we are talking of link 6, I have written there Vt divided by I16 is equal to Vs divided by I16S. S and T are on the same link 6. So I16T and I16S both are already given in the question paper because this is length of the link. I16T and I16S are already given in the question paper itself. So measure it. I have written directly 350 divided by 175. So I have not measured from the figure. I have taken the original dimensions given in the question paper. So the ratio is 2. 2 multiplied by 2.29, you are getting 4.58 meter per second. So this is the way, in stages you have to find the velocity of various links. Is it okay? Right. Now, is it clear now? So all the problems, either whether it is 4-bar mechanism or 6-bar mechanism, finding the number of instantaneous center is the first step. Then using the circle diagram, find all the instantaneous centers. That means you have to use Kennedy's theorem. 3 instantaneous centers will be in one line. That means you have to identify two triangles having the common side. For example, 1, 3. 1, 3 should be common side for 2 triangles, like that. So one by one, if you go on doing, you will get all the instantaneous, and all the instantaneous centers doesn't mean 15 should be found out. Almost 7 or 8 will be readily available before starting the problem. And then you have to get the instantaneous. After getting instantaneous centers, using suitable formula, you can get the values. Is it clear now? Okay, right. Please draw to the scale. Is it got it? Okay, thank you.